Hello and welcome to Polloi Two, and today we have an unboxing video. As you can see, I've received a few packages and they are absolutely filling my desk today. My desk is not particularly large, so as soon as I get a couple of packages in, it gets a bit crowded, so I thought I'd better get on and open these up. The back three boxes are all donations. This little box in the middle is something I bought for myself, and I've got something else cool to show you as well. So let's start with the things I bought myself, and then we'll move on to the donations. Right, okay, so the first of the cool things is actually just here to the left of me. If you watch my last video with the update of the Mile of Mayhem project, I designed a logo. Well, I actually went and got some stickers printed because I thought it would be nice to have some stickers, and if anybody helped me out with that project, I could send them a very specific Mile of Mayhem sticker. And this is what has arrived. I sent them to a place called the Sticker App Company. I'd not used them before, but they looked pretty good, and they had an option where you could do glittery stickers, and those immediately grabbed my eye. So I had a whole load of these printed. I think I've got 50 of them in here. So we have these, which are a Mile of Mayhem glittery stickers. As you can see, they're really quite nice, quite shiny, and these are going to be exclusive for that project. So if you help me out with that project, then this is what you're going to get. There's only 50 of them at the moment. I may need to get more, I don't know, but I thought 50 was a good starting point. So there we go. Those are how the little logo turned out. Really nice, really shiny and really glittery. And because I was getting those printed, I thought I'd get some Toy Polloi ones done as well. So here are some glittery Toy Polloi stickers, and those look pretty good as well. I'm really happy with how these have turned out. It's just a nice little sparkly treat. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with these. I just thought it would be nice to have, but chances are I will be giving them out as well. So when people send in boxes of stuff and donations for the channel, I always send back a selection of Toy Polloi merchandise, including a little notebook, some stickers and trading card type things, and badges as well, because badges has been a big part of the channel right from the start. So I think these will get added to that pack. They're just pretty nice. So that was the little cool thing that I bought for myself this week, some glittery stickers. But I also bought this. This was an eBay purchase. Often when I'm browsing eBay, I see broken toys and I sort of bookmark them, thinking, oh, it's, you know, they're nice, I might sort of grab it later on. And this toy has actually been on eBay, I think, for about the last 6 to 8 weeks. Every time it was listed, it got to the end of the auction, no one bid on it, and then it was relisted. And last week I finally thought, oh, I'm just going to buy it, because I keep looking at it thinking it would be an interesting thing to fix. It's another Transformer, and as I've said recently, I do enjoy fixing Transformers. I'm finding them particularly relaxing to work on. So it's one I've got many times now. I've actually bought another one recently. So yeah, I just thought I'd grab it because it was an interesting fix. Oh, look, it's come packed in a Lego box. So, is it in here? I'm assuming it's this. Oh, there it is. I can feel it. It's in here. So, let's open this up. And as you can see, it's a Transformers G1 hubcap, but I bought it because it was broken in an interesting way, and ways that I've not seen it broken before. It's got a bit of the bonnet missing there, and also a bit of the wheel arches missing. I've never seen those pieces snapped off. I'm intrigued as to how they got broken, but I'm also sort of intrigued as to how I'm going to go about fixing them. Do I use a bit of styrene? Do I just use super glue and baking powder? Do I sort of mould something to make a replacement part for that? I'm just not sure how I'm going to go about fixing it. The rest of the figure is in reasonable condition. It's a little bit loose and floppy like they often are. It's also a bit dirty, but the rub sign does appear to work. I can see that's working. And he does actually transform into robot mode just about okay. If we could sort out his head, which is certainly on the floppy side, he can be made to look pretty reasonable. Got a little bit of paint rub there as well on the back. But yeah, I've never seen that part broken. So for £10, I thought it would be a project that would just keep me occupied for an afternoon. I may or may not film it, I'm not quite sure at the moment, but certainly it's going to be a fun little fix, and I will have to ponder how I'm going to go about sorting that out. So those are the things I bought this week. I bought myself a broken hubcap and some cool glittery stickers, which are, yeah, those will be given away in the future. Next up, we have this package from Brad, who is known as the Plastic Jabber on Instagram. As you can see, this package has been delivered by Every, and it wouldn't be an Every package without a massive crunch in one corner. So I'm hoping what's inside has survived, because this is a bit of vintage Star Wars stuff. So yeah, it's always interesting to see how Every deliver your packages, and they are often like this. Brad sent me some photos of something he'd got, which was a playset, an incomplete Star Wars playset that he thought might be a fun project, and it's one that I've actually never seen before here in the UK, although he says that this was actually bought in the UK. It came from a friend of his. I'm certainly going to be looking forward to fixing this one up, because it's got lots of issues. It's got cardboard pieces, it's got plastic pieces that are missing, so lots of scratch building and all sorts of things. So let's open it up and I'll show you what it is. So has this survived? It does look like it has. Let's take these pieces out and I'll move the box out of the way. So what is in these bags? Let me open this one first, because this is some cardboard pieces that do look like they have seen better days. They look like they've had a bit of water damage. Oh, there's a few little plastic pieces as well. Does that give you a clue as to what it is? We've got a little bar here with a couple of drinks stuck on the sticker, and we've got a little yellow stand, and then we have these pieces here. Do you recognise it? Yeah, it is the Cantina playset. So this is the Star Wars Cantina playset, but as you can see, it's rather tatty looking. And then we have the base in here. Let me see what this looks like. So here is the base. These cardboard pieces, I think this is one cardboard piece that should sit here, and then we have this piece that sits on top of it. So that is the bar area. There should be a doorway here, which I know is missing. Not quite sure what goes there. And then all these cardboard pieces are supposed to sort of sit on the back. And then we have stands as well for the figures. It's in a pretty sorry state. There's lots missing. I think we need to make things like the door and some other pieces. Oh, what must be a table or something goes there. I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to have to do some research, but it's going to be a fun project. And as I say, I've never seen this in the UK before. The cardboard pieces, I think Darren over at the Replicator Boxes and Inserts, he probably makes those. So those should be easy to get. It's the rest of it that's going to be interesting. This is a vacuum formed base with a piece of cardboard stuck on the bottom of it, so it's very cheaply made, but I reckon we can do something with that. So Brad, massive thank you for sending this in. This is going to be a really fun project. This next box is from Eoin in Manchester, UK. He got in touch with me after another recent unboxing where I showed the remains of a Masters of the Universe spy core that needed a bit of work, and he said that he had another spy core that I might be able to use to combine to make one good one, but as you can see, this box is a little bit larger than that, so I'm not quite sure what's in there. So let's open this one up. Okay, there was a note, so let me read the note before I even take a look inside. So the note says, "Hi Dave, please find enclosed spy core. You didn't answer whether any of the other old toys were of interest, so I included them anyways. Please don't be mad." Oh, that's really kind, Ian. Ian sent me a photo of a whole load of toys. It was the spy core that I was interested in, but there were some other sort of good bits in the pile, so that's very kind. There's some, I think there's some Dino Riders and some things like that, so things I've not worked on before on the channel. So let's take a look and see what is in here. It's all good stuff. So what have we got? Ah, right, here straight away you can see this is a Masters of the Universe spy core. I think he said that there was more damage to him sort of in different areas, so let's take a look. So we've got spy core. Actually doesn't look too bad condition, this one. The other one that I got had a smashed off arm. The whole of this arm was smashed off. This guy doesn't look in too bad condition. He's got a little bit of damage to the spikes on his head there. Maybe we can swap the heads. I think that's certainly a possibility. He looks like a normal rubber head. He's got his weapon as well, so that's going to be a real fun project. I should be able to get him all fixed up. He's got loose legs, as a lot of these Masters of the Universe figures has, but that's really cool. That was what I was after. He's got his strange little spike here as well that sort of pops out. His trident of spikes there. That's pretty cool. Then what else do we have? So what have we got here? Let me move the box back a bit so we can start having a look around. Oh yeah, okay, so this I think is Dino Riders. This is the back part of a Dino Riders vehicle and the little figure that goes with it. So this guy sits on here. Very similar to a Mask in their scale. These figures, sort of tiny little things, but with bendable knees. So we've got that. We've got another piece there. Let me just see what else is in here. See what we can get to. Ah, there's a G.I. Joe figure. I can't remember the name of this figure, but this is one I've actually been wanting to get for a while. I have a few pieces from him. He has a little detachable sort of claw piece there, a little arm. But this is one I've been trying to build for ages. I think I have possibly his chest, and I can see his pelvis is broken, but we know how to fix that, so I've shown it many times. That's a cool little figure. What else have we got? Oh, some more pieces here. This is a real Ghostbusters Winston. This is Super Fright Features version of Winston. Do you know what? I don't actually have this figure, so that's cool. I've got some of the other Super Fright Features ones, but I don't have that one. What does he do? Oh, it looks like his head spins around. You wind that up. It feels like you wind that up. And I guess press the button at the front. Oh, and his head does spin round. Nice feature. Yeah, that's one that I don't have, so put that to one side. And what have we got here? What is this? That, I don't know what it is. That is the other part to Winston's fright feature. That's the bit that sort of screams, that goes on the back, and it makes a sort of screaming noise. I think if we wind that up, maybe we can get that to work. Let's give it a go. Shall I press that in, see what happens? It made a funny noise, but anyway, yeah, that's they're supposed to sort of make screaming noises or something like that. So that's the other piece to Winston. I really am not sure what that big yellow thing is. There's a whole lot of weapons in here, which I do recognise as well. There's some bits from that's a Transformers, that's a Grimlock or Sludge's weapons. We've got a few other tiny little pieces here for something. Oh look, are these the hands for this guy? They are the hands for that guy. We've got some more Generation 1 Transformer weapons. We've got some bits from, I think that's Bravestar. These are some of the crystals from Bravestar, and I'm guessing that these go with that thing over there. So let me put all those to one side, and we'll carry on through this box. So we have another piece here. What is this? Oh, look, there you go. It's a Generation 1 Transformers Sludge. So these weapons must go with that. He's a little bit yellowed and a little bit battered. He's got a bit of a floppy head, but that's not a bad looking G1 Sludge. I always like the Dinobots. I think they're some of my favourite versions of the Transformers. That's really cool. So yeah, we've got a few of his weapons. That's his weapon. I think that must be his sword. I'm going to have a little bit of a rearrange now. I'm running out of space. Okay, slight rearrange, and I've picked a few more pieces out of the box. As you can see, there is a Bravestar figure. Now this is a toy that I don't have. I picked up one at a toy fair a few years back, and I didn't bother buying it. I don't know why, because I sort of regretted it ever since. So this is really nice. This is a Bravestar, and I think some of these weapons here go with him. Certainly looks like that's the right sort of weapon. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research to work out which of these go with which figure, but that looks like Bravestar's gun to me. We then have the Condor guy, is another G.I. Joe figure. Can't remember his name, but it's probably something to do with the Condor, but he's got all his wings on his back. I actually have this figure, but without any of this backpack piece. The one I bought had a broken crotch like this one does here, but I didn't have any of these other accessories, so that's really cool. I think that's supposed to sort of hold on to his hand like that, and he can then fly away like a condor, so that's really nice. And then we have a New Adventures of He-Man's Skeletor. This is one of these sort of second releases of Skeletor, because he's got this weird little helmet that sort of hides his eyes, and his eyes do glow. There's a panel on the back. If you put a light behind that, you can see it make his eyes glow. And he's got this spring-loaded feature. You can twist his body around like that, lock it in place, and then there's a button on the side, and he whips around to strike He-Man. That's really cool. That's another figure actually I don't have, so he's going to go with my Skeletor army. That's pretty cool. And then we've got one final thing, which is this, which is, I believe, is the dinosaur to go with that Dino Riders character. So this is is it a pterodactyl or something like that? It's in really quite nice condition. I've never seen these before. These were made by Tyco Toys. It says they're 1987. I think that must be 1987 on the bottom. That looks really cool. So this, I guess, sits on the back somehow, clips on, and then there are some other pieces that clip around. So yeah, another toy I'm going to have to do some research on to work out what goes with what. I already saw there's a little thing that sort of goes over this guy's neck, but we've got some other pieces here which maybe, you know, sit on this. I don't know. I'm going to do some research and try and work out how to put this together. But Ian, that's really great. Thanks ever so much for sending all those pieces in. I was only expecting to get the Spike-Off figure, but all the rest of this stuff is absolutely fantastic. So thanks again for sending it over. And thanks to a quick bit of Google image searching, I've actually managed to put a few of these together. So that is not Fright Features or Super Fright Features. That is Screaming Heroes Winston, and that's his gun, and that's the little thing that goes on the back, and he should make a weird noise, as I say. So that's great. That is all complete. We have this one as well, which is Dino Riders, and I've put it all together. It does appear to have most of the pieces to it. I can't pronounce the name of this. I did look it up, but it's got some weird name with lots of Q's and bits in it, but it's basically a pterodactyl. I think that is really cool. I've not had one of those before, and I like the fact you press the button on the back and his wings move. So that is pretty cool. And then this little guy is all together as well. He does have all of his accessories, so I put that one together. And I also did have a quick look for Bravestar, and that is indeed his weapon. So I've got a few more bits to get for Bravestar, but they're all really cool pieces. So massive thanks, Ian. These are going to be great fun, and I'm certainly going to clean them all up and get them in my collection. So thanks for sending them over. And then we have this box, which is from Chris in West Babylon, New York State, USA. This just arrived. Not quite sure what's inside this at all. It's a fairly heavy box, so let's just get straight on and open it. I think he said there was an inventory inside which tells me what's what, so let's take a look and see what he sent over. Blimey. Right, we've got down to the bottom and there is a note, so let me have a read of that. Right, there is a nice long note here from Chris. Now, Chris got in touch with me because, again, in the last unboxing, I received a Draco from Buck Rogers that was missing an arm, and he said he had that same figure, but that it was missing a head, and he would send me that along with some other bits and bobs for G.I. Joe. So the note says, hope this package finds you well. Enclosed, you will find all the things we discussed, as well as a few more bits, bobs, and doodads. Bag 1, you will find the Draco body with a Buck Rogers head. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Superpowers Robin, some Robin Hood Prince of Thieves figures, as well as Hasbro Visionaries Ektar. This one was my own from my childhood. I've since replaced and upgraded him. He needs a bit of love and attention. I really played with him, and I thought if anyone had the ability to bring him back to life, it was you. Oh, well, that's fun. I'll take a look at that in a second. Bag 2 is vintage G.I. Joe's Footloose and Wetsuit. Footloose is complete with vintage US file card, and Wetsuit is near complete with a vintage file card as well. Bag 3, this is a smattering of complete or near complete or needs everything G.I. Joe's. All have intact thumbs and crotches, no file cards with these. And then bag 4, this is a bag of assorted G.I. Joe body parts. There's a bit of a disassembled snow job and a whole load of other pieces. He lists them all there. Good luck with using all of this, and if you need anything else, drop me a message on Instagram and I'll see what I can do. All the best to you and Mrs. Toy Polloi, Chris. Oh, well, Chris, that's really kind of you. Thank you. I was only expecting a small sort of few pieces, but this is loads of stuff. So, oh, I can see straight away this is the Draco that we were talking about. Yeah, I got sent the remains of a Draco, which you'll have seen in a previous unboxing, which was missing one arm for some strange reason. I don't know how that got lost, but he was missing one arm. So this is another Draco, I can see here, with a Buck Rogers head on it. So I can combine the two. I can easily make a cape for Draco. That's really cool. So that's another figure finished. And then I still have the remains of some other pieces for future use. Then he said that there was a Visionaries toy that was his childhood one that has been well loved. And you know what? That doesn't look too bad at all. I can see the clip at the top is broken. That's a very common issue. But his pelvis is all intact. He looks really nice. Thanks for that one. He just needs a little bit of a clean up and a tidy up. And I'm sure we can get him back together. Then we've got some accessories. And as he said, some Robin Hood things, and also Robin from Batman. So this is Robin from Batman. So this is a Superpowers version of him. I think if you twist his legs or squeeze his legs, isn't he supposed to do a karate chop? Doesn't feel like that piece is working, but it's actually a pretty nice figure. All the ones I have of him have got really sort of stained and sort of marked upper legs. That's really cool. And then yes, we've got some Prince of Thieves Robin Hood figures. There's Kevin Costner. Who was that one? The other one? Not quite sure. Have to look that one up. So those are really nice. Thank you for those. And then we have bits and pieces. Oh, right. So here he said these were sort of the complete figures with their file cards. I've instantly forgotten the names, but luckily that's what file cards are for. And it's very helpful for me. So this is Footloose, yeah, and he is pretty much complete there with all his weapons. That's really cool. I don't think I have him at all. And then this is Wetsuit. I do actually have this figure, but I don't have any of his accessories, so that's really useful to have. I've now actually got a sort of complete wetsuit for my collection. And then this is bag 3. So what did bag 3? This is a smattering of either complete or near complete figures. Wow, there's a whole load in here. Let me just open this up. Undo the tape. And, we can have a quick rummage through. Everybody I know who watches this actually sort of knows all the names for G.I. Joes. I'm still learning them, so I'm sure there's plenty in here that I don't know what they're called. But there's a whole selection. Wow, look, and they're even all bagged up individually. I can certainly spot some ones that I don't have. I have that guy, I think, but maybe not all of his accessories. I don't have this one. He's pretty cool. Never had that one before. There's a whole selection in there. These look lovely. And as he says, none of the pelvises are broken, and they all do appear to have their thumbs, which is pretty incredible. Thank you for all of those. Let me have a rearrange, and we'll open the bag of broken stuff. And so this is bag 4 on his list, which he said was just body parts and broken figures, which it indeed is. Look at that. It's just lots and lots of busted up G.I. Joe figures with bits missing or arms missing or broken parts. There's just the torso of one. We've got another one who's exploded into pieces. All sorts of things. I do actually have a bag of broken G.I. Joe bits, so hopefully from some of these I should be able to complete some other figures. I've got bits and pieces for all sorts, so I can see that one there is missing arms, and oh yeah, this is a lovely sort of bag of stuff. This is all really useful. I like bags like this because you can just sort of piece things together and make stuff up, or even just make custom figures, which is really good fun as well, combining different bits to make new ones. So amazing. That is really kind of you, Chris. Thanks so much for sending all of this in. It's going to keep me occupied for absolutely hours. One extra little package has just arrived while I'm in the middle of editing this video, and I know this is from Dave from the YouTube channel Monkey Boys Toys, so I thought I would quickly add this on to this unboxing. Dave's channel is actually really good fun. It's him talking about his toys. He also has an extra channel with Skeletor doing all sorts of strange things. I'm going to put links to both of those in the description. We were chatting recently and he was making some merchandise to give away for his channel. He asked if I could help him out with something, so I did, and he then very kindly has sent me a load of his merch. I've actually sent him a whole load of my stuff just to give him some ideas of you know, what sort of things I send out. So I believe this is from him. I can see there's a little note as well, so let me just have a quick read of that. It says, Dave, just a little thank you for all the great content you provide. I hope you can find space for some of these bits. Warm regards, your friend Monkey Boy and Skeletor. So let's see what he has sent over. Right, so what have we got? Well, first up, we've got this lovely holographic sticker with Skeletor in the middle that says, "Get out of my sight before I beat you." This was some of the stuff that I was helping him on. So yeah, that's a lovely holographic sticker. We've got a normal sticker, so non-reflective, but the same logo. We've got a little smaller sticker there, same logo as well. Those are really good. It's always useful to have multiple sizes of things, and I'm going to definitely find places to stick those on. We've got a couple of little badges as well. So we've got "Get out of my sight before I beat you" as a badge, and the Monkey Boys Toys sort of channel logo there. These are good as well. I'm definitely going to be able to find some space on my nerd vest to stick at least one of those. And then we have a keyring as well, which is also pretty cool looking. So if you want to check out his channels, I'm going to put links to both of them in the description, so go and check them out, and also give him a sub as well, because he's a new channel starting up, and I know how hard it is to get subscribers when you're starting out. So give him a sub and give him some support as well. So thanks, Dave. Those are brilliant. So I do need to say a massive thank you to Brad, Ian and Chris for sending all of this stuff in. It's really amazing the sort of pieces that I get to see and the pieces that I get to work on. There's some really interesting projects here. That Star Wars Cantina set I've never seen before, so I'm going to have fun working on that. And then there's a whole load of other things that I just need to do a bit of research on. Certainly Spycore is going to be a fun project. Then the G.I. Joe bag of broken bits, that is going to keep me occupied for hours. So hopefully you'll be seeing a lot of these projects over on Polloi Two in the coming months to years. And again, just a massive thanks to those guys for sending these pieces in. I've already sent them Polloi goodies in the post as a small thank you from me. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you've really enjoyed it, then head on over to my main channel Polloi and subscribe there as well. And thanks for watching.